G'day, just doing a quick one today. Doing a oil change on my diff. Mine is IRS, so it looks a little bit different than everyone else's, but same idea. You got a bolt at the back here. Now on mine, because it's IRS, this is it's 11/16 size bolt. Closest I've got to fit it is 14 mil. So I've already loosened them off. First of all, I'm going to take this top bolt out. I've got my oil pan underneath, so catch any oil. And now the bottom one. Tomorrow I'm going to finish this, not today, because it's a bit late in the afternoon, but I want to, because I haven't driven the van, or very far, the diff is not hot, so the oil is going to take a little bit to slowly seep out. Oh, look at that gunk on that bolt there. Okay, so that's going to rest overnight, and I'm going to actually weld a nut end on the on these nuts themselves, or bolts, sorry, rather. Just so I have the correct size to put them back in, because the 14 mil slipped just a little, but enough for me to worry about when I've got to put it back in and put tension behind it. I won't be able to put the tension on it that I want, so I'm actually going to weld a bolt on the end of those nuts, rather the other way around, a nut on the end of those bolts, just so I have the correct size for when I'm putting all this back in and tightening it up. But that's yeah, look too, I don't know what that is. Very fine metal by the looks of it. Yeah, so good idea to be doing this now. Doesn't smell too bad though. It smells like what the oil should smell like. Okay, so just gonna let that drain overnight now. And tomorrow predicted rain, so I hope not, at least not in the morning. And yeah, I'll get this all back together and I'll show you what these look like with my new tops on. Okay, so I'm going to pause this here and we'll continue tomorrow. Now that's the gunk that came out of the van, out of the diff. Now I can't see any metal pieces in there. It's more like a thick grey grease. So it's perfectly normal for the age of the van to have shavings, but there's no signs of metal particles in there. So I'll take a photo of it. I'm like, there's sure there's got to be some, but yeah, I'll take a photo of that so I can zoom right in, and I'll put that up on there so everyone else can see it too. Okay, so just continuing on here. What's come out is this here. Looks like just a little bit over a litre came out, and I'm putting exactly a litre back in. And that's the oil I'm using, the 80W90. I always use Penrite. I have a lot of faith in Penrite. And yeah, so I'll just go and continue now with putting this in and pump the oil in, and we'll continue from there. So you can see with this filler pump that I can put it back in, as I'll just keep pumping until oil starts to come out, and I'll keep note of how much I'm putting in, so that way it just helps others knowing exactly how much they're going to need for the independent resuspension diff. That is, I'd assume that a normal diff would take pretty much the same, but this is the procedure anyway. Now you can see the bolt that I've put back in there, welded it up in the end. Did the same with this guy. It's going to go in there, just much bigger to get a socket on. And you don't have to do that, but it helps. So I'll just keep pumping this in now. Shouldn't take too long. And when I get to the point of it starts coming out, I'll keep recording then. So I've got 1 litre in there at the moment, minus the probably probably about 20 mil that's left in the container that doesn't get sucked up by the pump. Now I'm going to put some liquid intelligence in. This is your stop leak. Unfortunately, the packaging, the black writing rubs off easy, so can't really show you too much about that. But basically, with this stuff here, brilliant stuff. You mix 10% with engine oil or 5% with any other oils in the car, like power steering. I'm going to use it for the diff, the automatic transmission, manual transmission, just anything that takes oil. You can mix this stuff with 5% with everything except for the engine. Engine is a 10% mixed to every 1 litre. So I'm just using this clean glass here to transfer some oil. I'm going to use this 10mm syringe, so I'll be doing 10mm at a time, just putting this stuff in. That's going to rejuvenate all the seals and just prevent any problems from happening any later on. I'm doing this whole process right now, not because I've got a problem, it's prevention of a problem. I don't want to have a problem, so prevention is the best medicine. So here I go, I'm just going to go put that in and then continue with topping up with oil. Okay, so you can see there, see how I've just gotten to the point where the oil just started coming out a little bit. I'll pump a little bit more. Just going slowly now. There we go, that's it. You can see that dribbling now, that's it. So there you go. As I say, Bob's your uncle. That's done. I'll just get a bit of degrease and clean the area up because I don't like oil being around areas like that. I'd like to know if there's a leak. I want to know about it straight away. And you can see there's another half litre went in, so 1.5 litre all up. That's including the 50ml of liquid intelligence. So that's well, that's would be about right there, wouldn't it? And there you go, so that's done. And that, my lads, is how you do it. Real simple. Probably a million other videos on YouTube doing the same thing, but not on a Previa. Alright, till next time guys. Cheers.